What's up, everybody? How you? I don't want to move. Let's move to the table. So, yeah, to the table. Let's move to the table. Yep. Hey, good morning, y'all. I don't know when you're gonna be watching this, but either good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Almost knocking everything over. All right. I got an Arrow video. I got my complete collection of Arrow videos I wanted to show you guys. I thank you for being here. I thank you for coming back to the horrible show. Keeks is over there sleeping. It's early in the morning. It's about 6:45. I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go to work, so I've been up. You know, I don't work today, but you get in the rhythm. I've been up for a couple hours, still drinking coffee. How are you guys doing? List it in the comments. I just want to know that you're well. Hope life is good. Hope things are magnificent. You know, yeah. Like this channel. Subscribe if you're a new viewer. We talk about stupid things. We talk about horror movies. I'm gonna start doing a whole bunch of different weird videos that have to do with horror movies in general. I might do a list of my favorite non-horrors, but I ain't stressing it. Life's about not stressing. I do this for fun. This helps me with my anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Helps me with my life. Try to do this for y'all. Yeah, let's get cracking. Let's get cracking, folks. Some of these are going to be Region B. Some of these are going to be Region A. But I will let you know if I have any multi-region movies. I'm going to let you know so that you can figure it out on your player. Have a let's say PlayStation or Xbox Blu-ray player, definitely check out my other video. You might be able to get some Region Bs playing on your machine. Alright, Alright, so we talked about this one before. This is the Bloodstained Butterfly. I've never seen this movie. I know it is a kind of hidden gem, giallo. There's so many special features on here. This one, actually I was lucky enough for this one to come with the booklet. You know, we got the 2-disc DVD combo. And I'm going to try to run through these as quick as I can. We got Death Walks on High Heels. This is I don't know, how do you pronounce Luciano Roccoli? Yeah, pizza pie. I'm Italian. You know, anytime Americans say that they're Italian, you know, but I can't speak Italian, so I'm not, you know. Maybe that gives me... Maybe I'm allowed to say that without sounding like a dick. Well, yeah. Alright, so we got the Red Queen kills 7 times. Special edition contents. And these have all been Region A so far. Death Walks at Midnight. I still haven't seen these. I have so many movies that are on my watch stack. Water. I hear so many great things about this, and that's a nice thing about when you start getting into, like, if you start just buying from Blu-ray companies, kind of like blind buys, you start to be able to trust the company. You trust what you'll be able to get. You know what I'm saying? You know, most of the time the movies that you get won't be god awful. You know, Blood and Black Lace. I have seen this one now. I thought it was great. Early giallo. Not that much what I was used to watching as far as like giallo goes. It's a little bit slower than I thought, but it was just fantastic. I love things that are just like a snapshot of the decade and the time, and this is very 60s for me, even if it was like late 60s. But if this thing wasn't made in the 60s, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. Alright, so if you guys know... Hey Siri. Oh yeah, I'm using my phone. Blood and Black Lace. Really enjoyed this movie. I did watch this one. Blood Rage. Still haven't seen this one. This is on my list as well. I love the little slip lobby ones. And this one, Blood Rage ABC region. I just want to let you guys know, just so if you want to watch it on your player, This one, Society, is region ABC as well. Still haven't watched this one. I keep on seeing people show the limited edition of this with the nice, like, in that nice book with the texture, and that thing looks cool, man. It looks super cool. Which that came from the sea. And this one got a lot of praise because it's John Carpenter's cinematographer is on this one as well. A lot of his movies. Mr. Dean Cundy. I'm trying not to do what I did in my last video. I just like open it up and be like, yeah, that looks nice. Not show you guys. How about that? It's not cool. It's not cool, yo. Your voice is a locked door and only I have the key. This one's a little harder to watch. Like I said, I know I'm going through a lot of the ones I went in my previous video. Here, how about one that's not in the previous video? This is old school, The Beyond release. And this one was ABC as well, even though, so if you're in the States, if you see this one on eBay, I know in the States we have the Grindhouse releasing of The Beyond, which is supposed to be a really, really nice transfer on it. But I saw this at my local second in Charles, and dude, it was only like 15 bucks, so I couldn't pass it up for the gate, for the window slit. And a long time ago, I had the Tenebrae, I had Phenomena, I had like most of the Dario Argento releases, Deep Red, and the window slit. But in a way, I'm glad I got rid of them, but in a way, I'm not, because I know the newer releases they have, they're better transfers on them. So just be in mind of that. If you're going out and getting the older window slip releases, the Blu-rays aren't as good as they are right now. And that's my personal opinion. Case of the Scorpion's Tail, Sergio Martino. This one's really nice as well. And I would show you guys the alternate artwork and stuff like that, but I'm not trying to keep you here for 5 days. You know what I'm saying? You can only poop for so long. Is your battery charged? You know what I'm saying? If you're in the bathroom watching this. Got Candyman. I have a little video on here. And what I did, I took the, I took the DVD. I had a special edition DVD that has more extras on it. And I threw it into here. So I don't have to mess around with like, so if I want to watch Candyman and if I want to watch all the extras, like I can just grab this and it'll be good to go. And that was my biggest thing about the differences between the Candyman Scream Factory and Arrow release is that the major difference between the two is that Scream Factory has more special features and archive special features, and the Arrow edition has the short films by the director. So I tried to do the best of both worlds because that DVD has the archive special features that are on the Scream Factory release, and then I have everything else with the Arrow. So, long story longer, what have you done with your daughters? What have you done to your daughters? Haven't watched this one yet either. But I really liked What Have You Done to Solange? Psychomania. And this might be my next watch. This might be my next watch. And I'm surprised with some of these that got the booklet. I didn't expect. Anytime I really get an Arrow release that's not from their website, or if it's off Amazon or anything like that, I never really expect to get a booklet. So anytime I do, I'm pretty excited about it. Alright, so we have the Hellraiser UK non-Scarlet box release. So I picked this up because my Region A Panasonic actually plays. You have to kind of wang jangle it a little bit, but you can get that thing to play some Region Bs, which is nice. And my main thing was because A, they were cheaper. B, it's hard for us to really find in the States a good release of the third Hellraiser for some reason. But you can get the first two Hellraisers in a Region A form. Arrow sells them in the States, you know, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you're looking for Hell on Earth, there's like a Spanish release you can get off Amazon, but it looks kind of shoddy. I didn't want to, and it was kind of expensive, but if you can get these to work on your player, I would say get this, you know, because this didn't cost. I think this cost me like $30 off of Amazon, and it shipped to the States. So that's my 2 cents about that. Lady Snowblood. I was actually blown away the first time I watched this because this is a relatively new watch for me. I love this movie. The more I watch movies like this, like old kung fu movies or old, let's say giallo or old like 70s crime, anything from like the 60s and 70s, I get more Tarantino references in them, and I'm like, oh man. So, I mean, it's not taking away from Tarantino's originality, but it's like, oh man, like that's where he got it from. Which what kind of pains me too, because I'm a big Tarantino fan, But yeah, long story longer. This is both movies. It's the original movie and the sequel. That's a great release from Arrow. Man, I love this movie. The stuff. You can never get enough. This is the Region B release. They have a Region A. This one is really nice. You know, this is the Blu-ray DVD. And I like this cover. I'm sure on other videos you can see the reverse artwork, but I like that cover. I think it explains it well. I got What Have You Done to Solange? This one is a Region AB. So if you can go out and find the UK release a little bit cheaper. And when this one came in, I had to put it into another case because Amazon, my case was broken. Like it was all cracked up. Most of the time and I'm not one to send stuff back. Most of the time I'll like try to be a jerk in an email, but then it's like, thank you guys during the quarantine. I didn't mean to yell at you. All right, Deadly Manna. I got 2 days off. I'm gonna be crushing some movies, peeps. All right, so this one is also A, B, and C. So if you find the European release of this movie a little bit cheaper than the American release, go pick this one up because it will also work for you. Videodrome, I picked up the Arrow release because the Criterions are crazy expensive. I feel like with everything, I got a Criterion release coming in the mail. In the mail? Coming in the mail. But in the mayo, in the mayonnaise. Carrie, I love this freaking release. This was a big contender on one of my favorite Arrow releases of all time because it is just jam-packed with special features. And the way Arrow does special features is so nice. I want to say they're my top rated company when it comes to special features for me because they knock it out of the park. Sometimes if you have like a 3-minute interview with like somebody that was like standing in the background, it doesn't count as a special feature. But like, yeah man, my dog was in one scene of like Reanimator. Like if you go look to where they're like walking outside and like in the very background, yeah, that was my dog. Let's do like a 25-minute interview about that. I'm like, dude, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch this cat. I don't know who this person is. Why are you in my home? Reanimator, actually. This is probably my favorite Arrow release right here. It's got feature-length documentary. It's got everything you need. It's got everything you want. It's got everything you need to be. I don't know. But it's good. It's really good. Check it out. I would say ASAP. If you need that movie, buy it right now. Torso, Sergio Martino. And I like this. This one I got a booklet with this one too. Really, I think this is Susie Kendall. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. But I saw her from the Bird with the Crystal Plumage, and to see her in another Giallo movie, I was like, that's cool. I'm all about that life. Audition. This one's, how you guys feeling about this movie? This is a toughie. This is a pretty, I'm locking my door every time I watch this movie because I am freaked out. You know, it's so good. I got this from my local record store before the apocalypse happened and nobody can do anything. For like $10, I was like, you know, when the record like stops, you're like, oh, let me grab that. Like making like, I'm looking at other people that are looking at movies just in case there's another Arrow release anywhere, and like sizing them up, making sure like all right, if they find like Arrow release gold in these, like when they're filtering through and I don't see them, like I can steal it from them and I could run away because I'm stronger. I'm fatter. They could probably catch me, but I'll wait until that happens, bro. I'll wait until I'm on the floor with the cops. I'll pay for them. I'm not gonna steal them. Don't torture a duckling. This one's pretty hard to watch too. That chain, the scene with the chains, is pretty tough to watch too. This was my first Lucio Fulci giallo movie that I watched, and I thought it was pretty well done. But the chain scene, as hard as it is to watch, I thought the music intertwined with it was beautifully done. Absolutely beautifully done. And I'm a huge fan of that. I'm a huge fan of music and scene ideas wrapped up into one, where it's like you're getting hit with every sense, except for like taste and smell, because that's weird. But you're getting hit with two of your senses, not all of them. Alice, Sweet Alice. I had recently seen this movie, maybe a couple years ago, and I thought it was really good. Also goes by the name Communion. And actually, I really like this slipcover, but I don't collect slipcovers. So, and this one came. I don't know. This one came with a poster too. I don't know what I did to be so lucky to get a poster and a booklet with this, because I don't think it was a pre-order. But yeah, sometimes you just luck out, man. I luck out for it. And I've talked about this a couple times on my channel now. Bird with the Crystal Plumage. I love this movie. Sometimes it fights with my very favorite Argento movie. And trust me, guys, I do like other directors. I do. I know I'm talking about Argento all the time on this channel, but we're going to kind of do a highlight. I'm a huge fan of John Carpenter. Huge fan of Wes Craven. Even though Wes Craven is a little hit or miss with me sometimes. Same thing with Tobe Hooper. It's crazy how the filmography of different directors can vary. But yeah, Ari Aster, I think he knocked it out of the park with Hereditary and The Midsommar. Huge fan of both of those movies. And I'm going to talk about Hereditary soon, because I feel like that's, like, if you have not seen it, if you watch this channel, if you watch The Horrible Show, and if you have not seen Hereditary, we're going to talk about that, because that's, I can't even tell if I like the movie or not, but I saw it in theaters by myself, which is weird, and then I went out and bought the movie. I was like, I've seen it like 15 times. I've seen it like 15 times, and I still can't tell, but it's so immersive. Like, even if you don't like the movie, you have to give it credit because it takes you to this place where it's uncomfortable, and it's not easy to get through, and it's disturbing, but some parts are beautiful. Like, it's crazy. I could do a TED Talk on how I feel about that. But, you know, I could do a TED Talk about Taco Bell too, but am I going to do that? No. Children of the Corn. I could do a TED Talk about corn. No. This movie is very good. I hadn't seen this one in a long time. It's a slasher movie that doesn't show you the slash. It's all like, you know, it's like, oh, it's going to show you. It's a very Tom Savini. All right, I'm a ramble. All right, so Tom Savini says a lot of this trick. Imagine if this guitar pick, right? We got a guitar pick right here. Imagine if I was going to shove this into somebody's eye, right? So I'm going to show you this guitar pick, and I'm going to have it hit something, right? I have it hit something. I'm going to let you hear the sound. I'm going to let you hear that it's hard. It's a hard, sharp object, right? So it will show you the hard guitar pick, and then in the next scene, it'll be like, oh, it's going into somebody's eye, but it's actually the rubber one, right? So it's going to be the rubber, soft one, you know, and then you're going to have a fake eye too. But Tom Savini likes to give you, right before the gruesome hit part, he likes to give you something that you can listen to, you can feel that it's actually a hard object before it hits, which is awesome. Brain damage. How did that scene go over in the 80s in this movie? My lord. It was the first time I watched this movie with this Arrow release, and I know I haven't been showing them all that time, but good lord, that scene at the rock bar, oh my god, I was like, dude, how did was this on the 80s home video? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what scene I'm talking about. Watch that movie. Madhouse. I thought this movie was very good. I wasn't expecting the ending at all. I'm not trying to give any spoilers. Don't watch the trailers to these movies. I will say, trailers are made for after you watch the movie. I know that's stupid. I know that's not why people create them. But they just give so much away. These days, you can't risk it. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to spoil a movie. You know, because what's worse than watching a 2-hour movie or a 90-minute movie that it's like, wow, they showed me the ending scene, the first scene of the trailer. It's terrible. I'm not about that life. But the only thing about this movie, that poor dog, you see that dog's in this movie, and you can tell that the dog was super nice, but they had something like around his head that made it look like he was snarling. I'm like, bro, just let that dog sleep. Just let him chill. You can find a dog that's vicious. Like, just get a dog that's vicious. Stupid. What am I saying? But slugs. I thought this one was a great ride too. I thought this one was a really great ride. Very gory, very special effects heavy. I don't know how, like, all the shots of the slugs, did they make fake slugs? Like, I don't know. The special features on this one, I wasn't feeling that much. Slugs, it was great. The movie looked great, but I wasn't feeling it. I thought the special effects or special features in this one were kind of lacking myself. All right, so I got two box sets. I know I've probably shown this one before, but I have the Ring box set, and this is the UK release of them. Let me see here. All right, and these are all Region B, but this is the first time I've actually seen the Japanese releases of these movies. I've only seen the American remakes or the American versions of them, but these movies are classic. These movies are really good, and it just makes you wish you could take, but it just makes you want to take off 6 months of your life and just like get all the foreign horror that you can and just digest it all and just like watch a movie back to back to back and just be a guru of everything that is like foreign horror. It's out of your element, and that you can recommend the best to people, and that's, I feel like that's the best part of movies. You got your pre-watching the movie is when you hear about it. If you hear about a good horror movie, like if you get a nice little buzz, you're reading stuff about on the internet about it, you're looking on your social media, you got friends that are like, dude, this movie is scary, this movie is amazing, and then you get that kind of, you're like, oh man, this is gonna be good, and then you go see it, and if it meets your expectations, don't go in there with like super high soaring expectations, but if it meets it, and then you're like, god dang, that movie was good, and then later on, when it's out of theaters, you buy the Blu-ray release, and it's got so many special features, so you're just like, you're all absorbed in it, and then afterwards, you can tell people about it. You're like, watch this movie, get this release, be about it, don't shoot the breeze about it. House box set. So this is region, some of these are region AB. I think the first two are region AB, and then these are region B, because Scream Factory owns the rights to the last two movies, I believe. The third, House 3, you can get the Scream Factory under the name The Horror Show. And House 4, I think you might have to do a little bit more digging. But yeah, I really, really, really enjoy this release. I think Arrow knocked it out of the park here. Let me just stop doing them. So I got these, and these are in like little Blu-ray cases, little cases, and they're so nice. They're so cute. They're so cute, y'all. But yeah, House. This movie was such a part of my childhood that I'll always love it. It's so goofy. It's so entertaining though. I feel like this is a great gateway. You know, I feel if I ever have any kids, like this is gonna be one of the first ones they watch because it's not too aggressive at first. It's not like I'm not gonna have like a 7-year-old feel like, you ready for a Serbian film? You ready, son? And I'll be like, no, dude, no. We're gonna start with House. We'll get to Serbian film when you turn 12. But that's talk about a tough movie to get through. Let me tell you. But same thing with Hereditary. I think they're way different ballparks. I'm not gonna do those hand gestures. I think they're really way different ballparks. Hereditary and a Serbian film. But yeah, you guys, that was the collection. Thank you for sticking with me. This video might be a little long, it's coming around 30 minutes here, but if you like the channel, please subscribe. If you don't, you know, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm okay with either one. I appreciate it. It tells me if you guys like the content or not. Have a great day. Be safe. I hope your family's doing well. Rock and roll. Rock lobster. That's all I got. What's up, y'all? This is Trez, back at the couch. I might edit this in. Have y'all ever had a person or people try to explain a board game or card game when you guys aren't playing it yet, or you guys are like making plans to play it in like, you know, like probably like 9 months from now, be like, and they just start breaking down the game, and then after 30 seconds your brain is so overwhelmed and then underwhelmed at the same time that you just want to die. I just want dig a hole, throw me in the hole, and then put dirt on top of me until I suffocate and die. Thanks for watching, though.